What's up, everybody? This is Grant, that cause artist. Gonna try something a little bit new. As you know, the summer is coming and the summer is here, and interviews or people are on vacation. I'm on vacation. It's just hit or miss with booking people. So obviously those interviews will keep coming, but in the meantime, I'm gonna start a little bit something new. So this will be the very first edition of Funding Rounds. I'm gonna do a weekly segment on this feed. And each week, I'll share some of the most impactful startup funding announcements around the world, highlighting the mission, the money, and the meaning behind each round. This week, we'll cover more than $500 million in capital spread across circular construction, ocean restoration, inclusive technology, creative economy investing, sustainable chemistry, food as medicine, and of course, AI. Okay, let's dive in. First up is Fiber Global, a company transforming the construction industry. They're creating circular building materials made from industrial and agricultural waste, an important step in reducing construction-related emissions and landfill waste. They just raised $20 million in a Series A round, led by DBL Partners. Funds will help Fiber Global scale up production and expand its circular materials platform. This is huge for sustainable infrastructure and decarbonizing one of the dirtiest industries on the planet right now. Next up in Europe, Swen Capital Partners just raised 183 million euro. That's about $200 million USD for their Ocean Impact Fund. With support from the European Investment Fund, the fund will invest in early stage companies working to protect marine ecosystems, reduce ocean pollution, and advance sustainable ocean technologies. The blue economy is often overlooked in conservation, but Swen is putting serious capital behind it, and the potential is pretty huge. Love ocean startups, love the blue economy. It's so untapped, and it's going to be great to see a lot of startups coming up in this space. Next up, over in EdTech, Lumion is building the ultimate operating system for trade and vocational schools. This is pretty cool. It includes tools for admissions, financing, alumni engagement, and workforce integration, designed specifically to help close the skilled labor gap. They just secured $10.7 million in seed funding, led by TTV Capital, with participation from Tusk Ventures Partners, Creative Co Capital, and others. This round will help them scale their platform to support the next generation of electricians, welders, and other essential workers. Awesome work. Great website too. Check it out if you can. It's pretty nice, but love the vocations. I think as AI obviously continues to go, this is going to be an important thing to skill up and invest money in. So glad to see investors really put an effort here. Next up is Mealogic. They're pioneering the intersection of nutrition and health through a platform that connects personalized food plans with clinical outcomes. Think of it as food as medicine, powered by real data. They've raised $16 million, led by S2G Ventures, to advance this mission. Their tech could help reduce chronic illness through smarter personalized dietary interventions, something the healthcare system desperately needs. Look, I mean, obviously, healthcare is a huge industry. You see a lot of funding around data and tech for like back office, but it's really cool to see data coming into sort of food planning. A lot like fashion companies were funded for like personalized like fashion boxes to your home. You put your data in of like what size you are, what kind of clothes you like, and they send you those clothes you tried on, send it back. That's fine. Doesn't really impact the world much, but this could have a really interesting outcome, for personalized food planning for all parts of society to help with certain dietary restrictions or certain chronic illnesses that a person might have. So, really, really interesting. Next up is Sociability. They're building tech that makes the world more accessible for people with disabilities. Their app helps users find and share real-world accessibility information about public spaces. From door whisks to bathroom layouts, the startup just closed a $3.5 million seed round, led by Oxford Capital, to expand their platform and community. Awesome work. I mean, huge market for tech to be deployed in. I love this idea. I love what they're building. Obviously an underserved part of our society, and it's great to see, again, investors looking at this, startups building for people with disabilities. I mean, it can be a huge outcome for the people that this app will help, investors, the founders. So best of luck to Sociability. And finally, Spark Charge. is making electric vehicle charging mobile, literally. Their on-demand EV charging networks helps drivers power up anywhere, home, work, or roadside, with a focus on convenience and equity. They've just raised $30 million led by Tail Venture Partners to scale their operations across the U.S. All right, that's it for the first episode of Funding Rounds. Hope you enjoy it. If you enjoy this breakdown, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with someone who's passionate about impact startups. You can also find the links to every story mentioned in today's episode in the show notes. I'll put it in there. If you want to subscribe to our newsletter as well, just go to causeartist.com and subscribe there. I put a lot of this content in the newsletter each week as well. But thanks for listening, and hope to see you next week. Thanks.